Hello, so we're continuing now with the story of Joshua, the leader of the people of Israel, who are in the promised land now, the land that God promised their forefathers, Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, the land that they're going to possess, own, a land that they're going to call home. And they've just started having battles with the people who live in this land, the land of Canaan. And you can see on the map, the Hittites, the Canaanites, the Jebusites, they're just a few who they have or will be doing battle with to gain possession of the land. A lot of the kings in the land were gathering together to see if they could all come together, the kings of the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites. They were all going to come together and try and fight against Joshua and Israel. They thought if they all clubbed together, that would help them defeat Israel. But the inhabitants of a place called Gibeon had a different plan. They were going to be cunning to try and avoid defeat by the Israelis. Now at this time, Joshua was camping at Gilgal, and the Gibeonites over in Gibeon were about 3 days' walk away from them, so they weren't that far from them. The Gibeonites decided to wear worn-out clothes, patched sandals on their feet. The donkeys had worn-out sacks put on them. They wanted to appear as though they had travelled a long time and were very weary, and everything was worn out. So after 3 days, they arrived at Joshua's camp and said to him, "We have come from a distant country. We've come from a long way, and we've come because of your God. We've heard of the Lord your God, all he did in Egypt, and what he did to the 2 kings of the Amorites who were beyond the Jordan, to Sihon, the king of Heshbon, and to Og, king of Bashan. So our elders told us to come to you and to come to make a covenant, for you to make a vow with us." Now the men of Israel took some of the provisions from the people of Gibeonite, but they didn't seek God's advice. And Joshua made peace with these people and made a promise, covenant with them to let them live. However, Joshua and the people of Israel soon heard that these people hadn't come from far off. Indeed, they were from the land. Indeed, they were from the land of Canaan and lived among them. They knew that they were from the city of Gibeon. But the people of Israel didn't attack them because they had promised, they had sworn to them by the Lord God. And they couldn't break a promise to God. Just like, if you remember, and I'll put a link in the video here, where Isaac blesses Jacob instead of Esau and says to Esau that although Jacob had tricked him, he couldn't undo the blessing. It had to remain forever. Although they couldn't take away the fact that they'd sworn a vow to God not to harm them, Joshua did say to them that they were cursed, and some of them now would be nothing but servants, cutting wood and drawing water for the house of God. So the Gibeonites were saved. They did not die at the hands of the Israelis. cutting wood, drawing water for the congregation and for the altar of the Lord. That now was their lot in life. Please consider following or subscribing, and I'll see you on another video. Bye for now.